How are you this morning? Everybody all right? Yeah, good day, huh? No rain yet. So we're going to get kind of started, and you're going to have your flags for your horses. And yesterday we kind of started to get so that our horses could feel of us, so that if you wanted him, excuse me, if you wanted him to stand still, he would stand still. If you wanted him to move, then you put some life in your flag a little bit and he should move. But he shouldn't be as scared when he goes. He should kind of follow that around there a little bit. See how he's not trying to run away from it? When it taps on him, if he's scared of this, get him so that when this bounces on him, he doesn't get afraid. So in the beginning, you might just touch him and he's afraid. Then later, maybe you can let it bounce like this. And you get him so he's not afraid. Then you can get him so you can tap the saddle a little bit. And he shouldn't get afraid. If there's some different things there, when you ask him to do these things, it's okay if he stands still when you do that, but it's also important that he doesn't change his expression when he's moving. And that can be hard to understand. You ever see America's Most Funniest Videos where the two ladies are going to get on the horse and the lady's holding it like this, and she says to her friend, "Get on, he's ready." And you can just see the horse starting to get tight and ready to have an explosion. But they couldn't see it, you could tell. And she got on and that thing shot up in the air and fucked her off. And her friend ran over there and goes, "Never done that before." And I thought, he wasn't getting ready to do that before you even put your foot in a stirrup. And, last night, some of you weren't here, but that which is too bad, because we visited quite a while last night till they kept me up till 10:30. And my bedtime was 8:30. And so anyway, we visited quite a while about horses and about my friend Tom and about the things that are important to this way. People try to put a name on this. They try to say it's natural, it's resistance-free. It's not natural horsemanship. If it was natural, everybody would be doing it. If it was resistance-free, hell, the horse puts lots of resistance in it. So how can it be that all these things that we've conjured up in our mind to make this, it's kind of like this. I've been doing it a long time, 22 years of the clinics. And I've seen every wheel reinvented that the human could think of. And really, all you need with your horse is understanding of what you want him to do, what you want him to feel. I said yesterday, there's more than one way to work a horse, but there's only one right way. I'm going to stand down here. See, I want you to see my front and my back. There's nothing there. There's more than one way to work a horse, but there's only one right way. What way is that? To work from where the horse is at. Here. So, what does that mean? Can you hear me down there? Yeah? So what does that mean? Work from where the horse is at. Well, I'll explain it. You don't do any more or any less than what he needs. If he's scared, get him over being afraid. If he's non-responsive, get him to respond. If he has no respect, get response. You'll get respect. Yesterday, I don't feel a need to even talk about this, but I will. Yesterday we had a little situation where somebody scared me. And I just want you to know that I would rather your feelings be hurt than you be in the hospital. So please do not take it personal. It is not a personal thing. I get after you, it's because you're about to get hurt or die. Does that make sense? Everybody understand? I do not want to say anything about things that happen if it worries me. I don't want to get after you, but I will. It's not a personal thing. Don't take it personally. Everybody understand that? I don't want you to get hurt. I've seen a lot of people get hurt. And a lot of people never ride again because of it. I don't want that to happen. The only way the horse is going to get any good out of this is for the riders to understand what our responsibility is to the little horse. Does that make sense? Yes? And you might not know. I may say, I don't know, let's take for example, I'll say, don't do that. And you might not know why I said that. You might not have any idea. I said, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. And you just think you're just doing your thing, cinching him up, let's say. But I can see the horse getting ready to do other things, his expression. Does that make sense? So I don't have to see him do it, I see him get ready to do it. So when he gets ready to do it, I go, aha, I know what that's going to lead to. Does that make sense? I understand what he's capable of. And I'm sure you folks are also capable, what voice, are also capable of seeing what he's capable of. The more you see, the less you say. The less you say, the more you will see. Your horse does not do things to win. He doesn't do things to win or lose. He doesn't know anything about win or lose. He knows about comfort and lack of comfort. He does what he has to do to survive. And it's comical to see what he does when he's trying to survive. It makes me laugh. It makes me chuckle. I ride him by the same gate every day, and one day he spooks. It makes me chuckle. Because I go, how little we feel of the horse. How little we feel him getting ready to do something. How little we feel how he arranges his body to get things done. So when we're working these horses, we're trying to get it so that he understands what we want him to do. Without force, without fear. Without trying to make it happen. But at the same time, making the wrong thing difficult and the right thing easy. That always is not the case. You don't always make it difficult for him to do the things you don't want and easy to do the things you want him to do. Sometimes that can be a wearing process. We don't want a wearing process. I don't. Now you're welcome to it if you want to, but I don't want that. My reins hook to my horse's feet. If they don't, I will do something to where they will. I want his feet to respond to what I'm asking him to do. No more, no less. I'm not going to drag him around. He outweighs me. He's stronger than I am. Right? The secret, if you were here last night, you missed the best part about when Tom was working with me about getting me to quit smoking. And if you were here and heard that story, you understand. There's a place there where if you go to ask your horse to do something and he pushes past you and he gets what he wanted, now he's learned to disrespect you. I never, ever, ever let my horse figure out he's stronger than me. Ever. Ever. I'll tell you, these little visits, you probably like, I wish you'd shut up and get on with it. But I think these little talks, they help us to understand what our responsibility is to the little horse. When I was younger, You can't surprise me with what you do, because I've done it. If it's been mean, I've done it. If it's been hard, I've done it. I see people doing things now that I did 20 years ago, and it didn't work 20 years ago. And guess what? 20 years later, guess what? It still doesn't work. So I don't understand how we could keep going by doing the same thing over and over. Why is that? I'm not saying you folks, but I'm talking in generalities. But why? Why is that? I don't know. There is no big secret. It's feel. You feel of him, you feel for him, you both feel together. When you're, maybe I'll try to explain that to you. If your horse gets afraid of something, I can remember, I'll tell you a little story here to help you with this. I remember, a year, not too long ago, but a few years ago, my mother died. And I was at a place, and I thought, I had a black horse, he looked just like this. And his name was Charlie, and he was a nice horse. And so, I got the phone call, and my mother passed away, and I thought, well, I'll just go for a ride. And me and Charlie had been friends for a long time, and I thought, well, just go for a ride. And it was beautiful. The hay meadows had just been cut. The mountains had a little snow on them. There was a little breeze. It was a nice blue sky. It was just perfect. But over the hill, there was a thunderstorm coming. And as I was riding out, feeling sorry for myself, thinking to myself, I just want to go for a ride. I don't want to mess with anything. The more I rode along like that, the worse Charlie got. The closer that thunderstorm got, the worse he got. Kabang! And he'd jump sideways, and then he'd be dancing all over. And I just wanted to go for a walk. And the more I thought, just be good, be good, be good, be good, the worse he got. Finally I said, what are you doing? Wake up here, man. So I woke up, and I started to direct his feet, and then I could go for my ride. And I started to think about that. That's how a lot of people are with their horses. How many of you, when you're riding your horses in here, and he gets bothered and jumping and leaping and diving, you're just wishing he didn't do that? That's the same thing. I tell people, don't hope. How many of you, when you ride your horse, you hope he gets better? Forget it. Hope doesn't work. Hope is for things you're not in control of. You know, he's sick. I hope he gets well. My horse is sick. I hope he gets well. Don't hope. Hope will leave you hopeless. Will leave you in trouble. You know, they say that in tough times build character. Right? I don't believe that to be true whatsoever. What I believe is tough times reveal true character. Now think about that statement. All of a sudden, something happens in this arena, and all of a sudden, somebody's horse gets scared, and guess what happens to the other ones? It starts to reveal what? Their true character. And it starts to reveal whether or not he's operating through response with respect. A bomb could go off, and my horse would stand still. Now, if there was a fire underneath his belly, he would move. I would allow him to move. So it's comical what your horse does to survive. But maybe that can help you out, that story. So when you're riding along and things aren't working out, don't go, boy, I wish you were better. I wish you'd just be good. Just be good, please. Don't get scared. It will not work. You have to take control of it. You have to start to direct it. and the horse will take care of the correcting. Does that make sense? Now, what is directing? What does that mean? Well, directing. How do you direct him? You can't ESP him. You can't horse whisper him. Just a minute. Okay, be good. Don't make a wrong move. Ever. That won't work, will it? He doesn't understand English. Stand still. Trot. Low. Move backwards. Back. 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 He doesn't. Have you ever heard people talking to their horse? I talk to tell you what I'm thinking. You ever see somebody go like back, back? He doesn't understand English. He could care less about it. You ever hear anybody say whoa? The horse is scared and running off. Whoa, whoa! He just keeps going. He thought you said go. Talk to him to soothe your innards. That's great. Do it. That's fine. I'm not saying don't talk to him, but he don't understand it. What does he understand? Kinesis, which is body language. When he's at the feed trough, he doesn't walk up to his friends and say, hey, back out of the way, okay, because I want this feed. Does he? He lays his ears back. He comes in there with some authority. And they move back, and if they don't move back, somebody gets kicked, or somebody gets bit. You know, people say there's a pecking order with horses. And there is. But that pecking order can change from one moment to the next. From one moment to the next, that pecking order can change. But there is no pecking order with the human. You hear people say, I'm going to be the, what do they call it? The alpha horse. Where did that come from? What a bunch of crap. The alpha horse. I'm a human. Right? I'm not a horse. Be the leader of the dance. 51-49. Sometimes 51, me 49. How come? Maybe he has trouble doing something. He says, hey, I want to do this. I say, hey, great, do it. So it's his idea. But as soon as I can, I try to rearrange it. So it's my idea. So clearing up some of the things that we think about horses. And you know, really, you probably not want to hear this part. Every day I wake up, I do one of these clinics, 42 a year. And I really wonder if I'm qualified. Because of how little I know. You're like, oh crap, I paid a lot of money for that. Right? Because I don't know how much more there is to know. I've only scratched the surface of it. But how much more is there to know? So if you think, I hear a lot of people, oh, well, I'm not going to the foundation class. I'm beyond that. Oh, is that right? Well, I do a foundation class every day, 42 weeks a year. And you know what? For the last 22 years, guess what? I still ain't got it right. I don't think you'll ever stop learning. I think you just scratch the surface of it. You start to be more aware. You ride one horse, you get him figured out. You work another horse, maybe you figure him out. You try to understand what your horse is asking. You're trying to do the best you can for your horse. It's like this little black horse. He's a nice horse. He doesn't want to do anything wrong. He just wants to do his deal. He wants to be all right with life. He doesn't want to be anywhere else except where the human is. Doesn't matter whether I want him to stand still or move. He's fine by it. If you saw me riding earlier before the clinic there, I just rode a little bit. Check him out. But if you want a real nice picture of what could be, this is what could be. Big deal to ask him to lope. There's no big deal to ask him to stop. He had a little trouble one time stopping, but no big deal. The next time, bang, right on the money. Counter lead, proper lead. Either way, however you want to do it. Take a hold of him, back him up, stop him, turn him around. No big deal. Not scared of the flag. These are things that we're all going to do. Today, we are going to work a little with the flag, then you're going to ride with your flag. Now, right there, some of you are going, oop. Don't go. Go. No problem. We'll make it right. We'll get this understood. If you cannot ride your horse with your flag, you've got no business riding him. No business riding him. Why? This is something you're in control of. Right? It's not a piece of plastic blowing out from the side of the road. It's not a snake underneath a yucca plant jumps out, tries to bite you. It's not a rabbit. You're in control of this. Right? Some of you may get bucked off today. I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to say, don't do that and shove it under his face or you'll get hurt. I'm going to let you do that. And when he does it to you, I'm going to ride over, I'm going to say, you shouldn't have done that. I'm going to be really cordial and nice today. You can't imagine. But the horse is going to tell you what's right or wrong. Now that you're scared. So, I'm going to give you a little tips. I'm only going to say this one time. One time. I'm a real stinker today. I got lots of sleep. When you go to get on your horse, watch closely. I'm going to show you this one. You're going to take a hold of your reins. You're going to get your flag in your hand. You can twirl this up if you want to. Like this. You're going to take your reins in your hand. Your lead rope, if you've got a McCarty, is over your arm. You're going to take your reins just like I took them here. You're going to put that flag in your hand. You can take a hold of some maize. Take that stirrup. Put your toe in it. Take a hold of the camel. Step up. Get on it. That flag is still in your hand. Keep that flag in your hand. I put it on the seat of my saddle so I can get a good hold of it. Get your reins straightened out. Put your rope over your horn. Now you're in business. Now you're entered up. Something goes wrong, you're in big trouble. You're going to reach back here. You're going to rub your horse like this with the flag. You can rub him on this side of his neck a little bit. Like this. Rub him a little bit. Like this. Notice I didn't poke him in the side of the neck on this side. He was going to the right. I rubbed him here on the right hindquarters. I took it over here and I rubbed that side of his neck. Now I'm going to untwirl it. Notice I didn't untwirl it up here by his head. Caution. Don't forget this piece. Do not get it shoved down under here in this area. Okay? Don't make that mistake. You will pay for it. Don't get it shoved up here by his eye. You will pay for it. If you want him to spin, hang on, because he will. Do not get it down by his front feet. Keep it up off the ground. You can touch him back here. You can touch him over here. Don't make the mistake where you're going to the, if you're going to touch him on the right, don't touch him on the left. If you're going right, don't touch him on the left, touch him on the right. Why? So he can look at it. When you go to turn, put it up, change hands, get everything ready, touch him over here. Now he's going left. Don't buck me off, okay? Like this. Once you get your horse, so you can do something, how about if we just give me a little area right here, would you? Oops. Just move down a little bit. That's good. So, when you ride your horse, you're going to do these kind of things. You're going to whisk the flag a little bit, like this. He shouldn't change his expression when you do this. That makes sense? He shouldn't change his expression. If I'm going to the right, should I have the flag on the left at the beginning? Yes or no? Yes or no? Should I have, going to the right, should I have the flag on this left side? No. How come? Ah, there, so we can't see it. So it's over here, like this. Now we're going to go this way. He shouldn't change his expression. Touch it. You shouldn't be worried about it. If you're riding him along, and you get it hung up down in his brain area, you could get into trouble. You don't want to do that right off the bat, do you? I wouldn't want to do that. When you ask your horse to lope, he should just lope. To do this, it shouldn't worry your horse. Be able to shake it out in front of his eye, and it not worry him. He could give to that a little bit. No, we're not loping now. He said, we're not? I said, no. He said, what are we doing? I said, we're just showing him what can be. Your horse feels of you. Be able to wave that around. Ask your horse to stop, he ought to come back. I didn't stop him, just come back to a walk. When my body quits, his body quits. This flag, he shouldn't be worried about it. If I want to turn the horse around a little bit, the horse should respond to the flag. It shouldn't worry him. How come he responds to that? You're dizzy, you're going to fall over, go forward. He's dizzy. How come I can ride him and do that with the flag and this doesn't move him? How come? Because the way I do it. It's the way you do it. It's the way you get him to respond to it. You got to be able to. You see, when I do it this way, it's not centered at him. Right? That sort of thing. Like that humidity. So when I do it here, see how I change? See how I change the way I use it? See? See how I change the way I use it? Some of you think I'm using my leg. But I'm letting the flag move. That's the way you use it. Question. Any questions? When I ask you to lope with your flag, you're going to lope your horse around quickly. And you can shake it around. Here. It shouldn't worry your horse. When you ask him to stop, he should come back and stop. Any questions? All the things that you've been doing with your horses are about to show up. All the quirks, all the things that get in his way from being right, from not worrying about what's going on. Some of them are going to be concerned about the flags moving around because self-preservation says what? Be afraid of it. So what do you need to say to your horse? What do you need to say to him? That's right. Don't worry about the flags. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Stay with me mentally. Some of you are going to get into trouble. I hope not. Okay? I hope not. If I tell you to drop the flag, drop the flag. I'm not going to let you get hurt, but you got to listen. If I tell you drop the flag, drop it. And I don't mean next week. I don't mean hang in there and because you got afraid and you hang on the horn and are afraid to let go, but you won't let go of the flag. You better pry a hand loose and let go of that flag. It's only going to get worse. Okay? Yeah? Okay. Everybody's like, okay, can we go to the bathroom? Yeah, I can read people. So, want your horse to understand you're not trying to get him afraid, but he might get afraid. You're trying not to scare him, but he might get scared. If you can take a hold of your stirrup and swing it like this and pop it a little bit, and your horse doesn't get afraid of that, you're in good shape. If you can't, good luck. Happy motoring. Get your horse so you can do these things like this, so he's not afraid. This shouldn't worry him. I see, don't take a hold of him yet. They're all like, okay, let's check it out before he goes. Don't worry, I'm not going to let anything happen. Right? I asked a question last night. Maybe some of you have, I'll make the number more. You ever seen $8 million cash? Anybody? Don't say if you did, be quiet. You never seen $8 million cash, but you believe there is, right? You've never seen it, but you believe it. So, just stand still. Stand still. Roxanne. Just let go. Let go of the stirrup. Yeah. Now's not the time. So, yeah, because I don't want everybody to get stirred. It's okay, don't worry. Roxanne's going, I'm not coming off. I'm checking it out right now. See, I am a critic host, and I do not want to come off. Don't worry. Your fate is in my hands. So you've never seen $8 million, but you know there is. So, this may help you out. Believe in what I say. Believe in it, and it will work. Okay? If you doubt it in your mind, it will not work. Do not doubt it. It will work out. Okay? Okay. So, if you can't take a hold of your horse's tail, like this, and ask your horse to move, and when he's moving, take a hold. This will show you how much trouble you may be in. Okay, all these things I'm showing you. If you can walk him like this, and go like this, and he doesn't get tight and scared, that's a good sign. So every time you ask the horse to do something, if he gets scared, that is the thing, those are the things that get you in trouble. Those are the things that I would never ride one ever without those things being right. Okay? So if you take a hold of your stirrup and he gets scared, I would have never rode him anyways. But guess what? You all rode him. If I took a hold of his tail and he got tight, I'd have never rode him. I didn't say I wouldn't have got it right and then rode him, but I'd have never rode him without that getting right. If I take my flag and I tap the seat of the saddle and he tries to leave and gets scared, I'd have probably never rode him. I'd have got him over that. But those are the things that now you're going to start to become aware of how close you maybe are to getting in a serious wreck. Does that make sense? Okay. So, you got lots of time, only 3.5 hours. Now, let's set a time limit and see if we get somebody bucked off by 11. It's 10 to 10 now, and we don't want to be too tight a time frame. It's 10 to 10 now, 11. 11:10. And that way we're on a time frame and we know what we're working for. We got a goal. Okay? Anybody want to volunteer for that? No? See, you don't know if I'm serious or joking. And this is how you know. If it happens, I was serious. If it doesn't, I was joking. Okay? Now there's no gray area. You don't want a gray area with horses. I'm a kidder too, aren't I? Okay. So, let the games begin. Get your horse used to that flag. You got the whole arena. Get to work. Move that flag. Move that stirrup. Take a hold of his tail. I'll take my outfit out. So it's one less in here. Back the seat of the saddle. Rub his hindquarters. Swing the stirrup. Easy. Drop 10. Easy. Easy. You see, it's too jammed up down here. Why don't you go right in the middle? But we got too many people in one spot. Hey, Susan, can you move down a little bit for us? And then we'll, move down a little bit. Move down a little bit. There you go. You need some room. There you go. Take up the middle. Now, you don't need enough for your horse to walk around. Now, it's not good enough that he just stands still. It's not good enough that he just stands still. Here's the thing. There was a lady in California one time. She walked up and she went to pet my horse. You listening, Betsy? And the lady went to pet my horse. And I said to her, "Don't touch my horse." She said, "Don't touch him." I said, "Don't touch him." So she writes a nasty email. Boy, he's rude. And the office emails back, "Well, let's see. If you walk up and touch his horse and pet it, and then it pushes on you, and he goes to take a hold of his horse, guess who has to be disciplined? If you let the horse push on you. The horse. So why should he pay for that?" Did you get my point? So don't allow your horses to push on you. Don't allow them to have disrespect. You have to be very careful how you go about things. The horse, so he understands these things. When you're tapping the flag on the seat of the saddle, keep it on the side that you're on. Don't let it get over on the other side on you. Just standing around is not good enough. He has to move. Get your horse to respond with respect. When you touch him, he responds with respect. If he doesn't, you might have to get response before you get respect. Just as soon my horse didn't trot when I'm working with a flag, unless he gets bothered. But I just as soon he didn't trot. I want him to walk. Use your flag. You can, once he's used to it, take it over on the other side of him like this. Oh, that flag's not near long enough.
I know. I've already.
Okay. Don't you have one?
Yeah. For sure.
The one thing about sharing is you're going to pay for what you didn't get done. So my advice is take care of you. Okay? So I get your flag back if I were you. Because what happens if you don't get done what you need to get done, and then I ask you to do something, and now you get hurt? Exactly. Yeah. I get your flag. If you hold a flag, you keep it. Keep control of it. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you betcha. Yeah. Reiterate this. If you have a flag and your neighbor doesn't have a flag, I'm not saying don't lend it to him, but make sure you get your work done. So let's say like this lady, she's working on the stirrup right now, right? So she doesn't need her flag. So if somebody doesn't have one, then you borrow it, right? But you make sure you get your work done. Yeah, there's lots of work to do. I'll let you use mine. Calming down when you need to kind of evaluate how much you're doing. Ask him. Ask him. If you think you're doing too much, do a little less and see if he changes. Yeah. Sorry. What did you say? Martha, what did you say? Oh, you didn't say. Okay. I just want you to get so your horses are quiet. If you want to lend your flag because you're working on the stirrup, that's fine, but I want to make sure you get your work done. Cat stirrup. Now I'm going to come around and take a hold of your horses so we know, okay, after you work on it a little bit. Now, let's stop for a minute. Everybody watch right here. Okay, now, this is a nice horse and a nice lady. But you'll notice that sometimes when you're moving your horses, you seem like you're kind of going like this, right? You're walking, see my feet, watch my feet. And you're kind of hard to keep up with you. So, because your feet keep going like this. Okay, don't. Step here like this. See my foot? See my foot step back? Watch my feet. Okay? So, you got to kind of get turned like that. It's the way you step with your feet. Okay? That's a nice flag. Like this. Okay. Just try to get them so they're good about it. And I'll come around there after you worked at it a little bit. Step like I just showed you. You won't get much done if you don't. Step that foot back. Step your foot back. In behind you. If you're going left, the horse is going around his left, take your left foot and step it back. There. And then you'll find out that you don't always step it back, but you've got to kind of get on that side of your body. You'll find out it's easier to keep up with him if he's back like that. Don't worry, I'm not going to let anybody get in too big of trouble. And the idea is your horse can go around, relax, not be worried about it. Don't do the same thing. If he kind of checks out, go about something different. Your horses, if you're going to work the stirrup, take your flag and put it on the wall. Take your flag and just put it up over on the wall so that you can have your hands on the stirrup. Now's the time, if your neighbor doesn't have one, to lend your flag out. Mine's right there. I gave you mine. Yeah, right there. Yep, it has an F/bar/ on the end of it. Does it not? Yes, it does. Okay? That's quite a privilege. Feel good about it. Take that stirrup, tip their nose. Cause them to move when you slap the stirrup, and then swing it when they're moving. Have a shorter hold on his head, not too long. Little shorter hold. That's it. Go. John?
Well, there.
Notice how your horses are not trying to be where? They're not trying to be with the other horses, they're trying to be with you, right? You just, if you're going to take a hold of the stirrup, put your flag on the fence so that you don't have a hold of the flag and the stirrup. Have the halter rope kind of short, maybe 2 feet. Now what's going on down here with you ladies? Huh? What's going on down here? Well, everything's all right. Yours is better. Yours is better today. Yeah, it's good. Didn't I work him yesterday? Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's doing good. He's done a good job. Hang in there. You're all right. You're doing great. It's not good enough that he just stands still. He must move and also learn to relax when he's moving. Rope is too long, Shannon. Another thing that I'd like you not to do is no clucking. It's not a chicken. Don't kiss to it. Kinesis. Use your body language. Use your body. Yes. Okay, let me walk. Okay, now drawing still there. Now slap it hard. Bump it with that stirrup. There, now he's going forward. There. See, you just didn't do enough. Now swing it forward and back. And if he's not bothered by it, then you quit. Right? If he doesn't jump out of his hide, then that's fine. Yes. I'm down at this end, so you know, Roxanne, I'm watching this nice group of ladies work their horses. Now, when you do take your stirrup, just swing it like this a little bit. And then you can kind of take a hold of the side of it. The side of the stirrup. Yeah, the other side. The front of it. There. And then you can pick it up like this and pop it. So it makes a sound. There you go. Then you swing it forward and back. And if he's not worried about it, don't worry about it. Move on. Go on to something else. Go on to taking a hold of his tail. Go ahead. Toss your rope around his feet. Get your flag so you can make a world tour. There's lots of room. All you need is enough to move him in a circle. And then I'm going to come around and I'll check him out for you a little bit. If it looks like you need the help. If you don't, then you're good. It all looks pretty good. And then maybe ask him to move, kind of give his tail a wild one up on it when you got a hold of it. Get a hold of the end of the hair, the end of his tail, and kind of give it a wild one straight up on it, like this. Put slack in it, up on it, and then let it come down. If he's not worried about it, don't worry about it. Move on. Check out both sides of your horse. When you move his tail, he needs to be moving. You need to hang on to your horse. He needs to be moving. When you ask him with his tail, standing still is not good enough. Because then if he moves, he might get tight. If he gets scared, you did too much. You might not even be able to do as little as it takes. You're doing good. Look how calm they are from yesterday. Are you as nervous now about the flag? Yes or no? Yes. Surely not. Surely not. Okay, I'll relieve some pressure. Maybe we're still going to ride with it. I just relieved, there's some people hyperventilating. Cardboard bag, please. Paper bag, paper bag, when you hyperventilate, they say to breathe in a bag. Oh, to get sick? Oh, I don't know about that. No, I think it's usually plastic if you're going to get sick. Just try to check him out. Try to get him to bend a little bit. Very good. Pick up all 4 feet. You try not to do too much. Try to get his feet to respond, but try to see if you can just reach there and he'll do it. Yeah. Where it kind of gets heavy. Sometimes if you keep going, if you do too sudden, then the horse can never learn to feel off of that. So you might want to take the slack and see if he can come off his own pressure. Yes. Yes. Very good. Your horse's expression when you're working with the flag. Is his head neck up or his ears back? That'll tell you some of the story. It's not good enough if he just stands still when you're doing these things. He must move when you're exposing him to these things. Also, stand still. He has to move when you're exposing him to the flag, the stirrup, but also, if you want him to stand still, you should be able to wiggle the flag, tap the saddle, and him not move. Swing the stirrup and not move. But at the same time, when you slap the stirrup and ask him to move, he should move. When you shake the flag, he should move. Oh, somebody bought the pink flag. Who got that? Well, that's the best color. That's the best color. There's only 2 of those left, but that's the best color. I like it. Which one's for you? Oh, yeah. I like that. You're taking the pink? Yeah. That's the color I picked. Because nobody would ever steal that. Nobody would ever steal that. I think it's the nicest color. No, nobody will steal that one. Very good. There you go. What I do, that's very good. Make sure it can move at the same time. Yes, and not be worried about this. Yes, okay. Now, I'll just do a little fence work with one. I'll show you. Let me have this up there. I want that halter done up. It's not long enough, really. How long is that rope? It is 12? Dang, that's a long way up here. I could fall off. Well, what do you mean? You're not going to catch me? Why not? Oh, that helps. I'm dead, but you've got a bad knee. Yeah, that's a good trade. Yeah. You don't want 2 bad knees. Yeah. That's the nicest color. I like it. So, everybody watch. So, we're going to do some fence work. You see how this one wants to pull on that rope? See how it wants to pull on that? I have to kind of come up here. How it's afraid? If you're watching, see how it's afraid? I've noticed I don't ever try to stop it. What's the horse figured out? What's it figured out? That he's stronger than what? The human. Depends how you dally that, if it works out. If you dally it, I go underneath it, and then that way it never binds on itself. I keep hitting the end of that rope. There, that's better. You notice I took my leg off of there. So if it sucked back, you wouldn't smash my leg to smithereens. See it hit the end of that? The horse has figured out is stronger than the human. Kind of hits the end of that. What's it learning? To respond with respect when the slack comes out of the rope. I have to pull 3 carts in a Bulgarian army tank. Every time I say something, it's kind of like, I'm probably going to hear about 500 nasty emails about it. The good thing is, I don't answer emails or even look at them, so it's a non-issue. One. Soon it won't hit the end of that. Blackie. It wants to move. So let it move. Just put it to work. Yeah, see it hit the end of that now? It's more feeling of that. There. Like that. See? When I come here with the flag, it comes over it like it's a bridge. If it moves like that, just send it on. Soon it'll stay over here. See, every time it moves, you get control of what? His feet. When I shake that like that, it should come up here flat. Like that. There. There you go. Now it let out. But it was like that was never going to happen. Right? But I never ever try to stop it here. If you try to stop it, its hindquarters will step out. You see, and I might tickle it in the flank there a little bit. So that if you were riding and somebody rode by and kicked him in the flank, he wouldn't buck you off, maybe. When you're up here on the fence, you don't ever try to touch him here on the left side. That just pushes him away from you.